Hello, I'm Chandan Malmardi and I'm demonstrating my big data assignment using HDF environment here. And then let's quickly jump into the assignment demonstration. And then here we have downloaded the data from it's a Kaggle dataset and it's in the form of CSV. And then we have loaded this data to HDFS system. And then we are going to run through different queries to answer the following questions that you see, and then let's quickly get into the lab environment. Here we have gotten into the file browser of HDFS, and then we have uploaded the file to the file browser, and as you can see our data is in the ODI folder, and then this is the data set we have loaded. And then let's quickly jump into our query editor, and here the query editor that I'm using is Hive, and then let's get into it. And then as you can see, I've already written the query here, and then this is the query file that I've written, and then we are going to execute it one by one. As you can see, we have written a query to create a table called as temporary ODI with values holding string. Since the data is from since the data is a CSV file, we need to uh, use certain formatting here so that uh, we create a table which is accessible in the normal format, and then we do all these pre-processing part before we start running the queries. And let's run one of the query to just see if it actually works properly. Let me run this select command, and then which selects the top 5. As you can see, the query is running properly, and the values has been shown here. Let's quickly get into the first query that we're supposed to run, and then here it says the total number of ODI played during the time frame, uh, and there was a time frame given, and then this query selects the total distinct count from the scorecard that is from the table. And then let's see how this query performs, and then let's give it some time to run the query and then wait for it to execute. Here usually it takes a lot of time for each query to execute. As we can see, the result is 300 3,747. That is the total number of ODIs played during the time frame. And then let's jump into the second query, and then let's try to get it try to run this query. We can The second query is to select the total, give the total count of the total number of teams that are there. So we can either do this by selecting the columns from team 1 or the columns from team 2. That is what the query does. It counts either from team 1 or team 2, and then gives a distinct count. And then the answer is 23. And then let's try with the third query. I'll try to execute this, and then the third query, it's taking time to execute. The third query is means which team won the most ODI during the time frame. There is a time frame given, and then we have to select the team which won the most number of ODI during the time frame given. So what we do is we select the winner, and then we count the total number of winners, and then we group by the results according to ODI data winner. We group by, and then we order the same result so that we get the total highest winner. And then we sort the results in descending order, and then we limit the select statement to select the topmost row, and then the answer is Australia. The fourth query is which team has won the most ODI during each decade, and then there has been given decade continuously, and then we have to reproduce the value, the cascading value, and then I mean during those each decade, which were the team which won the most ODI. To run this query, let's select this and then execute this. This is the query that usually takes a lot of time, and then here we are selecting the winner from different time frame, that is 1971 to 1980, 1981 to 1990. Each decade we are using the union all to combine the results, and then using select statements to select those winners from each decade, and then we are grouping them according to the most number of count, and then we are selecting the first topmost value of the results that was being displayed, and then let's see how our query performs and what the results are. The nested query takes a lot of time to run, and then here we have the results, and then it gives the results as England being the highest number of I mean the winner, I mean what it is called as decade winner. So in that decade England won the most, and then West Indies for the following decades, Pakistan, Australia, and then India for the following decade. Let's see how our fifth query performs. Here we have to select the team which has won the most ODI, whoever which team whoever was played in the first innings or the second innings. We have to check that, and then for this I've written a query here, and then let's quickly execute this to here we are actually selecting players from margin column, and then we are using the count on it, and then using union all we are combining the results and then arranging the results in descending order, and then the topmost row would give us the result, and let's see what our results say about. And the results are here, and then the total number of wins in the innings, the winner in the second innings is 3814, and then the winner in the first innings is 3680. uh, that is the result. And then let's see the sixth query. Let's quickly run this query. This is the query that takes the most time, and then here the query is about which team won the most out of home game, which is away or nitra. So during each decade, and then this is again a nested query where we have to select all the players team which has won the highest during the respective decades, during the decades that is given away from the home. And then let's see how this query performs, and then the results. Let's wait until the results are thrown. We are still waiting for the results to show up. It's a nested query, and then it takes a lot of computation to come up with the answer. And then yeah, here the results are, and then we have the decade winner of each results, which is count of the winners away from the home. So the result says West Indies are the winners twice, and the Pakistan as well, and then Australia in between in the number fourth in the decade 2001 to 2010. uh, Thank you.